Anyways, we are done talking about the Xeno series figures, but I want to talk about one more small thing, mainly for the Xenoblade figures, but it also pertains to the Xenosaga figures as well. And it's that, where are all the guy figures? Like, seriously, I would love to have a Ziggy Jr., Albedo, Chaos, Trankov even. I don't know.
I mean,
I would love to have those scale figures. And there hasn't even been a Shulk scale figure, like a Rex figure. There is no Noah, Lance, or Tyon Figmas either. Like, just at least make them Figmas, or like, I don't know.
something.
I hope that in the future, Good Smile would put more emphasis on their Figma line rather than their scale line for Xenoblade standards. But I know a lot of people just don't like Figmas at all. But I feel like maybe even pop-up parades would benefit them? But that's just a whole nother subject. It would be possible for Good Smile to do pop-up parades for Xeno series figures, so I guess I'll just keep that in mind though. But Figmas especially have a lot of stuff going around them. Like you can add weapons or accessories to them to have them stand out. Like we've already seen Telos, for instance, with her Figma have a few things as well. Even with Mio, she has a lot of stuff too with her Figma. Like, why not have the guy Figmas just come out and have these sorts of things? I would love to have a scale figure, but it would just work out so much better as a Figma, so...
Especially if you look at it from, like, action figure standpoints, Figmas, like, if you're, like, toys to play with as, like, kids, I feel like Figmas as well would be, like, more accessible. Scale figures are, like, for display, and you can't really do much with them. And so, like, usually, I would see why they wouldn't scale figure them. I would like both. I would always like both of every character, you know, but, like, I feel like I agree with you. Figmas are, like, at least in the vein of, like, toys to play with action figure wise, you know.
Yeah, it would make sense for Nintendo as well, because they're a toy company after all. They would want to have their Japanese RPG IPs have more Figmas than just scale figures. And it would be priceless, they wouldn't have too much to manufacture a lot of them. It would just make so much sense, especially with the guy figures.
I mean, they do Legend of Zelda. Give us Xenoblade.
I know, like, Nintendo! Come on!
Yeah, I mean, we would buy them for sure, so I don't know.
Like,
yeah.
I would see Nintendo making a lot of money making a Noah, Lance, and Tyon Figmas. Like, they would work so well with how their weapons are in the actual game. And maybe even swap their weapons as well. Just to have Noah use Lance or Tyon's weapons. That would be really nice to have. It's maybe Nintendo doesn't want to put the money towards Figmas because they already have Amiibo.
Yeah, it's definitely interesting because, like, same thing with, like, the Motion Revive, Cosmos, and Telos, how they sold their counterparts. They could have done that with Mio and Noah. They could have sold them both as Figmas, and then if you buy one, you get the other's parts, and vice versa. They could do stuff like that. Or they could do where you change classes. They could give, like, Noah, like, you could buy accessories to change, like, to different classes, you know, like, or different weapons, like you said, to switch out weapons. And, like, you could sell those accessories alongside the Figma and be like, look, you know, Tyon can be, you know, this Noah's class, and Noah can then become, like, you know, Unis, and you can have all those different outfits too. So it could have definitely been, like, accessory, like, it's more than just the one Figma. It's like you could add all these other extra options to it. But very interesting though that, yeah, I mean, I guess I get why there aren't many guy figures, but congratulations to Noah for, yeah, getting the Amiibo at least, you know?
Like, at the very least. And Shulk for what we got,
yeah,
you know?
Shulk.
Yeah,
you're right.
Don't forget about
Shulk.
Shulk.
I didn't mean to forget about
His
Shulk.
face is in the Amiibo is the stuff of Legends too. You know what? You know how that meme is too.
You know what the real crime is, though? The real crime is there's no Nopon plushes.
Yeah, I know! Where is the official Nopon plushes?
Exactly.
I really
That's
want
a
those,
crime.
dude.
That's a crime.
I think every Xeno fan would at least want an official Nopon plush.
I mean, you could literally do like a official plush line of like Ricky, Oka, and like their 40 kids, and you could be like, collect all 40 kids,
man.
blind boxes. Who's who's gonna get Kino? Who's gonna get Nene? You buy the blind boxes, you pop them open, and see which child you get of Ricky's.
Oh yeah, that would have been really great. Just like that
Yeah, stuff like that.
Like even like a Tora plush. Not talking about swimsuit Tora.
Swimsuit Tora.
Okay. You know Kamaniki, right?
You know what?
Gigi?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
She made a plush of Tora with a swimsuit, right?
I was gonna say someone had to have done it. And
Yep, she did
enough.
it. She did it, of course.
Surely enough, of course. Oh, goodness.
The only mass-produced plush is just Tora with a swimsuit. Like, I can't right now. This community has been memed to death a lot, so... But anyways, do you have any final thoughts at all about the Xeno figures, Watte? Besides there needing more guy figures?
I guess if there was 3 wants, like if I left today with the 3 things I want, more guy figures, because like it's just cool to have more figures of Xeno in general, and I think it'd be cool for like people who want heroes, like Noah's a hero, like have your male role models out there too, not just the female figures. And then I guess no pawn plushes would be the second, because like what are you gonna and I guess the third thing is like just more accessible figures, because I feel like scale figures are nice, but I think that for the price points, like it's I get it, because like people outside of Japan aren't like, there's different audiences for toys and figures and stuff, but I feel like the price on them is pretty high. Like like it's not something that it takes a lot of space. It's not usually accessible to everyone, so I think maybe something that's like maybe back to those blind boxes or trading figures. You see them a lot of times at like GameStop too and other stores. Like you see them at like like Naruto, Demon. Oh my gosh, I cannot even talk today. But you guys get like there's always like tons of blind boxes, Pusheen. Like there's like tons of that stuff. But it's like it would be really cool if Nintendo did more of that, because I know they have like Mario blind boxes and stuff. But it would be like at least pretty cool for Nintendo to do like their series. Like it's not a big investment to do smaller figures like that, but
and it would be affordable for a lot of people too, so
yeah, and it's just nice. That's why amiibos are like so popular for people, like especially when Pirate Mithra amiibo came out, or the Shulk amiibo came out, or the Mio and Noah ones. Like they sell out so quickly. There's obviously a market for it. I just think that with amiibos, they're hard though, because even though they're inexpensive, they're NFC chips and stuff, like you have to make stuff, so like that takes longer. It's not just a figure, like it's got functionality that's electronic, so I think that's why production issues are like harder. But with figures, I don't see any reason why they wouldn't or shouldn't,
Yeah, it has that chip in them that you have to use too, like make them functional too, and like manufacturing costs are pretty high with those as well. I'm thinking if you can at least make more blind boxes or Figmas of characters in general, I think Nintendo would make more money than what they would do with amiibos. Not that they would get rid of the game concept of them using amiibos for games and whatnot to get special items. Like in Xenoblade 3, you get Shulk's Minato if you have the Shulk amiibo, or Pyra's Soras if you have the Pyra and Mithra amiibo. And the Noah and Mio amiibos will also do something similar, It would be that same game concepts, but if it was going to be hard on manufacturing costs, then what's the point?
I guess if Nintendo can make 2 things for me this year, that would put me probably into tears again, like like the future Redeemed DLC. I think they could put me in tears again if they ever remade Xenosaga. If they remaster it, that's sufficient. Just port it so people can play it. But I mean, I would buy it again just to support it, but like I wouldn't need to, because I already have the originals. But like I would love a remake versus a remaster. And then the only other thing is, give me Oka and Ricky and the blind box children, like, so you can blind box them. I think if they did one of those 2 things, that would just shut me up for like a year or 2. Like I just would be so content. I would be like, I'm not even gonna talk about it. If they did the Xenosaga thing, that would shut me down for life. I would never complain about anything they ever did as a company again. But like being following Monolith for like what 20 years or so now is like, man, hanging in that long, like, and it's really crazy because it doesn't feel that long, but it also doesn't feel like horrible. Like, I think that's why I like it so much, is because like I just it makes me smile all the time. Like, and the games deal with like depressing stuff, you know, like sometimes, and like life is hard, but that's life in general and relatable. So like, if they could do that on the figure side, and then if they could do that on the game side, I think that's all I could ask for. You know, that's all I could ask for.
All right, well, I'm gonna go ahead and end it all off right here. So Watte, where can we find you at?
Yeah, so I'm on YouTube, my 11th year on YouTube, Watte TV, W-A-T-T-E TV. Same on Twitch, W-A-T-T-E TV. Social media is WATTE_TV for Twitter. And of course, Discord as well.
Yeah,
but,
Discord.
I'm accessible as many places as need be. Wherever there is Xenosaga, you say it in your stream, I will pop up randomly in your stream. I lurk hard on streams. Definitely support anybody who supports these games in this company. They value us as fans, which is rare to say in companies. A lot of the times companies don't hear you, but this one does, and I am astonished to be having cared about this franchise for so long, and still there are little love letters throughout the series still to fans who have been there that long, and they haven't forgotten. And you know, it's Takahashi's life work, and it's definitely been a pleasure to enjoy that experience and to see what's coming down the road all these years later, you know.
All right, well, this was fun talking about figures, Watte. I appreciate you coming on again and helping me with this. And maybe we can do another discussion about Xeno series merchandise in general.
Yeah, I definitely enjoyed it. Very, very therapeutic. Very
for
therapeutic
sure.
For me.
Just talking a lot.
Yeah.
Just talking about Xeno merch. So anyways, thanks guys for watching. Remember to subscribe and hit that like button on my videos, as well as share my videos around and hit that notification bell to be updated on further Xeno series videos coming in the future and into next year. And until next time, guys,
see you on the other side.